Well, you're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, tarantula season is underway. We'll meet a woman who embraces these spiders as she claims fear comes from misunderstanding, and conservation officials agree.
Also, volunteers preserve Depression-era history at Crawford County Fairgrounds. Discover how workers maintain their historical character while making crucial repairs.
And we've had some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. A few more on the way. We'll have another full look at your We'll have a partial look at your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. Just after 7 a.m. now on this Thursday, July 31st. It's the last day of July. August tomorrow. And also, August is apparently the time for spiders to start listening to the Bee Gees.
That's one way to put it. Yes, tarantulas are on the move in the 4 states. According to the Missouri Department of Conservation, it's officially mating season.
As KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, while these hairy creatures may send a chill down your spine, they actually play a vital role in controlling local bug populations.
But out in nature, that's where you find the peace and the release and reset.
Mary Nichols and Summer Myers are having fun in the park. They say they love nature and all the elements that come with it, including tarantulas.
Everyone, people get afraid of things when they shouldn't because they look different or they seem scary, but it's just a God's creature to me.
Well, hopefully a lot more people feel the way Nichols does, because Francis Gillespie from the Missouri Department of Conservation says, have no fear.
All the fear factor that Hollywood has put in tarantulas, big venomous spiders that are going to hunt you down, no.
Like many spiders, tarantulas are venomous, but experts say they aren't considered dangerous to humans.
They're very timid. The only way they would bite you if you were trying to catch them. They would much rather be away from you than around you. You won't find them crawling in your bed in the middle of the night.
A wolf spider, I owned one for a while as a pet, and its name was Mavis. Everyone was afraid of it, but I wasn't.
So where can you find them?
Find them crawling on glades. They like rocky areas, and as I said, this is the mating season. Males are looking for females, so that means after they're bred, females will be looking for places to have their babies.
I wouldn't want one on my face. I'm not afraid of them.
And if you're afraid you're going to get bitten, experts just say, just leave them alone. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Well, according to the Missouri Department of Conservation, the Texas brown, also known as the Missouri tarantula, is the only native tarantula in Missouri. Thank goodness.
Hold up. Yeah, that's good. But why is it the Texas brown, but also the Missouri tarantula, and is native to...
You know what? That sounds like a very Texas thing, though, if you think about it.
Well, all right.
You're like, that's
interesting, though. Well, I don't mess with the spiders anyway, so they can do whatever they want so long as they stay outside of my house. However, with the rain, some of them might try and come inside if they don't like it so much. Let's take a quick look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Got some clouds out there. We've had some isolated to scattered showers. We even had some severe weather yesterday evening and into the late night hours. Thankfully, nothing like that expected today. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline looking cloudy as well. Take a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker, though. We've got these scattered storms trying to pick back up across parts of southeast Kansas. So what we have here, these little areas of rain from Cherokee, Ottawa, parts of Craig, Delaware, McDonald, Newton, southern Jasper counties. This is what's left of all of our thunderstorm activity from yesterday. This is all that's left out there, but it's continuing to push through. Now back behind it, we have new development taking place just to the east of Independence in Montgomery County, up around Erie, Chanute, south of Iola, and then this little strand of storms or showers from Garnett back into northern Greenwood County. That stuff really hasn't moved very much at all this morning. But what we've got is this is pushing through, and then we're looking at new scattered storm development expected, which is kind of what we're seeing across southeastern Kansas, which will eventually bring additional scattered storms, primarily, not just only, but mainly south of the 54 corridor as we go through the morning into the afternoon. A couple of shower storms north of that possible? Absolutely. We just showed you some on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, but the better chances are going to be south of 54 as we head into the afternoon and early evening. And by about 7, it's done, it's gone, it's over. end of the rain. Take a look at these temperatures. These are so nice. 71 in Joplin right now, 70 in Pittsburgh. I walked out the door at 2:45. It was still 80 in Joplin. The rain hadn't got there yet, but the north breeze was cool. You could feel the difference. And now look at these temperatures. Most of us low to mid 70s, still some places where the rain's just working in, where it's still a little warmer. And eventually we'll warm back up. Mid 70s by 9, upper 70s by noon, low to mid 80s for our highs. Storm chances again gradually tapering off. Northeast breeze 5 to 10. Our highs today almost 20 degrees cooler today than where we were yesterday. We're going to take a look at your forecast, talk about how long the cool weather lasts and when summer might return here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Well, an intense manhunt in northwest Arkansas is over. Authorities have a suspect in custody in the case of a double homicide at an Arkansas state park. Authorities say tips from the public were instrumental in leading to the arrest. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, this man, 28-year-old James Andrew McGann of Springdale, Arkansas, was taken into custody at around 5 p.m. yesterday in connection to the double homicide that happened at the Devil's Den State Park in West Fork, Arkansas, Saturday. They say they arrested McGann at a business in Springdale, apparently while he was getting a haircut. McGann is charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Authorities say McGann recently moved from Oklahoma to Arkansas to work at a school. They're still exploring motives for the killings. Investigators say Clinton and Kristen Brink were attacked and killed while hiking with their 2 young daughters. Authorities say the couple died protecting their children. Park rangers say the 2 sisters, ages 7 and 9, escaped uninjured and walked to the visitor center for help. Those children are now safe with family members. A Webb City man now faces multiple charges following a standoff Tuesday night in a Joplin neighborhood. Police say the standoff started when a man fled from an SUV in front of his house on Hill Street and barricaded himself inside his home. A firearm was recovered nearby. SWAT surrounded the house and deployed gas around 9:45 p.m. The man then surrendered through a back door with a towel over his head. That man, Christopher Dunn, was arrested on felony warrants, including felon in possession of a firearm, although authorities say new charges for resisting arrest have been forwarded to Jasper County prosecutors. The Jasper County prosecutor also charged a passenger in the SUV, Toria Harbin, with a felon in possession of a firearm. The gun in her possession was reported stolen after an April burglary at Liberty Pond in Galena, Kansas. And of course, to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can always download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, as a new generation of attendees head to the fairgrounds, one group has spent years working to preserve and honor the past. KOAM's Samantha Walker has the story.
A cut of a ribbon marks the completion of the preservation of 4 historic buildings at the Crawford County Fairgrounds. The Restore the 4 project is something coordinator Susan Thom has spent countless hours on over the last 4 years. She says these buildings are significant to Crawford County.
They were built in 1936 by the Works Progress Administration, which was a federally funded program to make sure people could get work who needed it. The role I want them to play in the future is to continue housing activities here at the fairgrounds for people to use in the future.
Using original fire maps, organizers worked to preserve the layout and uses of the buildings. They replaced roofs, painted and redid walls in the commercial, open class, and 4-H exhibit buildings, as well as the small animal barn.
These are historical, and we were blessed to have been part of the WPA who saw fit to build this here. We're lucky enough to have it, and we've got to maintain it. That's the deal.
And these buildings won't just be used during fair season, but year-round, especially by local 4-H members who've utilized them for decades.
We're allowing these beautiful historic structures to have a new life.
And current 4-H members didn't just sit by as this preservation work was happening. They joined the efforts to try to bring these buildings back to life.
That's just kind of what 4-H teaches you. It teaches you once you start something, you got to finish it, and you got to do it right. There's a lot of things that we could have done that would have made it perfect, but that wasn't the goal at the end of the day. The end of the day was to make them look better and to make it to where they're going to last another 100 years, and I think we did that.
As 4-H member Gavin Huber works in one of the preserved buildings, making ice cream for fair visitors, He's reminded that now in another decade, another team can do the same.
It's nice that I was able to help build something and fix something that the younger and the future generations are going to be able to use, especially like my siblings and some of my younger cousins. It's cool to look at it, to come back and be able to say I was a part of this and I did a lot of work on this.
And after 4 years of dedication, Thom is proud to see all 4 buildings finished and in use this fair season.
I will remove all keys from my key ring. I'm going to change my phone number, and I'm done. I did this out of love for this place and out of respect for my parents and my grandpa. We accomplished that. We're going to move on.
Reporting in Crawford County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, the project was largely funded through grassroots donations from local residents, businesses, and organizations. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Emily Frankowski from Connect to Culture shares what's in store for this upcoming show season. And later, we'll hear how one organization celebrates the road to recovery. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Time now, 7:11. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Connect to Culture is gearing up to kick off an exciting new performance season for 2025 to 2026. This season's lineup is offering something for everyone from national talents to community favorites. We have Emily Frankowski with Connect to Culture joining us this morning to share what the excitement is all about. Emily, good morning.
Good morning.
The new season is finally here, and you have a lot lined up in store for the community. So talk to me a little bit about the new season.
Yeah, Connect to Culture just announced the 25-26 season. You know, we've been outside the summer celebrating with Liberty Celebration or JOMO Jammin'.
Yes.
But we're excited to get back to our normal season of performances. They usually run fall through the spring, and our first one's September 5th. But you know, season tickets are on sale now.
Yes.
That's really your chance to get the best seats at the best prices.
Right.
It's our biggest discount of 15% off. And it's really just a way to organize the performances and offer those ticket packages. We've got 3 different series. One is our Curtains Up series. It's more nationally touring artists of a wide variety of genres. You'll see musicians, dancers, theater, all sorts of entertainment.
Right. Yes.
And then our Cornell series focuses more on artists that have regional or local ties. Still, there's going to be a wide variety. You know, we've got the Nutcracker with Ballet Arkansas coming.
Always a classic.
Always a
Wonderful.
classic.
Yes.
But also we've got Javon Jackson, who's a notable jazz saxophonist that actually was born in Carthage, Missouri.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and then the Ignite series is really fun as well because that is our K-5 programming series. And just really amazing professional theater companies as well as kids musicians. And for every single show in the Ignite series, we have 1 or 2 additional school shows, which are just really fun free field trips for our area students. They get bussed in. Sometimes it's from Joplin schools, but also the Catholic schools, New Heights Academy, Thomas Jefferson. You know, we reach wide and far as well. Sometimes, you know, kids from Carthage or Webb City get to come. So one time we even had students from Oklahoma. So, you know, we cross state lines sometimes to bring these entertainment options to kids, and a lot of times it's their first time being able to experience live professional theater. So that's always really, you know, a fun experience to be able to provide.
Absolutely. Those young minds getting to immerse themselves in the local arts. So talk to me a little bit about some of the specific performances. Anyone that you're really looking forward to seeing?
A lot of them. I have to actually like remind myself and go, you know, either to our website or look at our things. I'm really looking forward to our season opener, which is September 5th with Sons of Serendip. I've seen them a couple times. They were on, I believe it was America's Got Talent. Just amazing vocals, but also, you know, there's a harp involved, which I always find the harp like fascinating instrument, and there's a cello as well. I love that. But you know, another one that people will really like is I Am, He Said, which is the Neil Diamond tribute. People love that. We've got Aquila Theater coming back, which is one of America's you know, most highly esteemed theater companies. We had them present Pride and Prejudice a couple years back, which was a full house, and they're coming back for A Little Mystery in February with The Hound of the Baskervilles. But also we've got Barricade Boys, which are all stars that were in Les Mis in the West End, which is basically London's Broadway, if you haven't heard of the West End. We've also have a group that has ties to Shakespeare, which is called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. They're going to be presenting Twelfth Night, which is Shakespeare's greatest rom-com, which we're going to actually host on the green space right out back outside. So it's going to be kind of like a little Shakespeare in the park.
Really nice.
Hopefully have a little wine and a picnic opportunity. But those are just some of them. I mean, I just keep looking. You know, Cassie Joy with some country music outside. A band called Arkansas, which is going to be really fun, and then Mutt's Gone Nuts. That might be the most highly anticipated. If you are a dog fan out there, we're just going to give dogs rescue dogs the keys to our theater, and Connect to Culture will just go home. They'll just take over. But it's a show that includes all rescue dogs, and they have been trained to put on a show, and it's a really wonderful show. And the Pow Pow Fish, if for kids and families, that's a wonderful story that a lot of people read at bedtime. But then also, we've got shows that we add throughout the season. So we've got a couple one-off performances that we have already announced. One is An Evening in Kringle City. This has become kind of a tradition that we have every year. It's a really wonderful story of Santa Claus. And then we've got Celtic Christmas, which we know there's a lot of Celtic fans in the area, but it's really the story of just a traditional Irish Christmas. There's Irish dancing, traditional Irish instruments. So that's going to be fun too. Pretty much every weekend in December we have a show. So
there's something for everyone there. Now, very quickly, Emily, if people want to get tickets or find out more information about the shows that you all have coming up for the season, what can they do so?
Yep, they can just visit connecttoculture.org. Click on the little performances tab. You'll see everything that Connect to Culture has coming up. They can also come visit us at our box office downtown, and they can always call us. We're ready to help. But season tickets on sale now, and August 7th are when single tickets go on sale. So a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. Emily, thanks so much. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Coming up on 7:22 on this Thursday morning. We still have a few showers out there starting to get some redevelopment trying to take place. So what we've got here is this bulkier area of rain that stretches from near Pryor Creek up the Will Rogers Turnpike into parts of southwest Missouri and into Cherokee County. This is what's left of our storms that we got late last night and into the overnight hours. Brought a fair amount of rainfall to parts of southeast Kansas. So we still have some of these showers around Grove, Pineville, Neosho, just outside of Joplin, so around Riverton, Baxter Springs, and south of Columbus. Some of this rain not necessarily reaching the ground, but there are still some stray showers here and there. We go up north, we got one little guy up here to the northeast of Stockton and Stockton Lake area. Then into southeast Kansas, these little guys, they're trying to get going. We got some development here. It's now moving into western Labette County, so just west of Edna and Mound Valley, and then we head back up north around Erie and to the east of Chanute, south of Viola, some heavier showers out there, and then back up into parts of Anderson, Coffee counties, and northern Greenwood County. This activity here, it's moving, but it kind of dies out and reflares. But you can see the new development taking place just north of Moran out there and around the Humboldt area. If you watch all of this, it's trying, it dies out, and then more tries. So what will eventually happen is we should get some additional isolated to widely scattered showers and storms out of this activity that's trying to redevelop back behind the big bulky rain that we had earlier. So again, it'll be scattered. Better chances as we look onto the future track south of 54. Could we get some along in north of 54? Certainly could. In fact, right now, as we showed you on Skywatch Storm Tracker, we have some north of the Highway 54 corridor. It's just going into the afternoon and early evening. The better chances are going to be along and south of that. These, again, will be scattered. Not everybody's going to get another round of rain, but a few additional showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder will be possible into the afternoon and early evening. By about 7, that's done. It clears out. Future track is hinting at maybe an isolated shower or two as we head toward tomorrow morning. morning, south of I-44 mainly. I don't really think we're going to see much, but maybe a sprinkle or two will be possible out there. Otherwise, well, mostly cloudy skies to start. They'll begin to clear through the morning. We'll go partly cloudy into our afternoon, and that continues. Partly cloudy skies throughout Friday afternoon and evening, overnight, and into Saturday. Again, partly cloudy skies, just absolutely beautiful weather for us, especially considering all the insane heat we've had to contend with over the last several days. All right, so here we've got 7th and range line, mostly cloudy skies, and that's what the majority of us will have today. We'll have those isolated to scattered storms, but I love these temperatures, and I love being able to say that yesterday this was 81, this was 93. Not near that today. Looking fantastic, just kind of slowly climbing into the upper 70s through the morning hours. Eventually our highs today into the low to mid 80s. Now north of 54, you're still looking at mostly cloudy skies, but you might get a little extra clearing in later in the evening, and you might go up to say 85, 86 degrees, but still below normal. Most of us, these highs today, almost 20 degrees cooler than what we saw yesterday. So again, just some great relief finally, although it is brief. We'll fall back into the mid 70s by 10, mostly cloudy skies again through the evening and overnight. And look at those temperatures too. Like I said, I walked out the door this morning, it was still about 80 in Joplin. You walk out the door tomorrow, it's going to almost feel cold. It's not cold, but it's going to feel like it's mid 60s and northeast winds gusting upwards of about 20 miles an hour. Friday, Saturday, fantastic. So yeah, we're trading off for rain today. No big deal, because Friday and Saturday starting the weekend look great. Low to mid 80s, seasonably hot Sunday, about 90. Thunderstorms isolated scattered Sunday into Monday, and that keeps us a little below average again with mostly cloudy skies through the day on Monday. Unfortunately, as you can see, as we roll into the second half of next week, we are looking at the potential for that dangerous heat to return, so something we want to certainly keep an eye on. That is a check of your forecast. We are back with more of the KOM Morning News right after this.
Biblical Recovery Program offers new hope for those ready to change their lives. Celebrate Recovery teaches that faith can provide the power to overcome hurts and habits. We have Susie and Jennifer with us this morning to share how this 12-step program helps those who are hurting to overcome. Welcome to you both. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Of course. So for those who might not know what Celebrate Recovery is, talk to me about the program and who it benefits.
Okay. In Celebrate Recovery, we introduce ourselves. Like I would say, hi, I'm Susie. I am a faithful believer in Jesus Christ, and I suffer from a fear of anxiety, suffer from a fear of failure, little overeating. Imagine that. We are a local group that is sponsored by the First Nazarene Church, also known as Pitt Naz in Pittsburgh, Kansas. It's amazing that we meet on Monday nights and we get people from all walks of life because, again, like you said, it's for people with hurts, habits, and hang-ups. And everybody has hurts, habits, or hang-ups.
Yes.
So we meet on Monday nights, and what we try to do is open the doors at 6 p.m. People can come in for a free meal.
Okay.
If they need transportation, they can call the church and we can help get them to Celebrate Recovery. At 7 o'clock, we go into what we call our large share group, where we have testimonies that are given by people that are recovering. We also have biblical teachings that help people too with their hurts, habits, and hang-ups, and we have amazing music. Then we break at 8 o'clock, we have a small break, and then we go into gender-specific groups.
Okay.
And in those groups, that's where people have an opportunity to share what their issues are. And there is no judgment that is done, there is no crosstalk. People are in a safe environment to share. And so we usually finish up about 9 o'clock. And then we have an opportunity for people that really want to go a little bit deeper into their issues.
Okay.
And we have a, a focused 12-step program where people kind of have, they get into it and they understand why I have this issue, why I have this particular kind of problem. And Jennifer is one of our people that have gone through the program, and now she's in a leadership role as well. Yes.
All right, Jennifer, talk to me a little bit about that program and also what you might say to people who are kind of scared to take the first step into joining a group like this.
I would tell them that it is 100% worth it. It can be very uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable and scary for people, but the benefits that you get due to that is just phenomenal.
Absolutely. Now, of course, you mentioned that this starts at 6:30 on Mondays. Anything else that people need to know, and if they want to find more information about this event?
Well, they can definitely go on Facebook to the Celebrate Recovery Facebook page. We have usually all of our information, and like I said earlier, we meet every Monday night. Even if it's a holiday, we also meet there at 6, between 6 and 6:30 is when we start, open the doors. But if they want to get more information, they can call the Pitt Naz Church, and there they can ask to speak to Mark, and he will also give them more information, and the secretary can get them a ride if they need a ride.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. We appreciate being here.
Of course. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The 4 States Most Watched News starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:34, just coming up on 7:35. I'm Elise Snowy. Well, residents at medical lodges in Pittsburgh have been relocated due to what the facility calls environmental concerns. According to medical lodges officials, the transfer of the residents was taken out of an abundance of caution to ensure everyone's health and safety. The residents are currently at the Frontenac location. A remediation company is investigating the situation at the Pittsburgh location. Medical Lodges says there have been no reported injuries or health-related incidents. And Special Olympics athletes are bowling at Holiday Lanes this week. Teams from over 12 different regions come together to compete each day. Competing today will also bowl tomorrow. Let's head over now to Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start with a quick look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Of course, mostly cloudy skies, and that's where we'll spend most of today. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin also showing us mostly cloudy skies as well. Got some isolated showers and thunderstorms out there. The bulkier rain, or at least the rain's covering more area here, really back from southern Newton County through McDonald and Delaware counties back toward Pryor Creek. This is what's left of our thunderstorms from last night into very early this morning. Not much left out there, but still some rain showers. Got some drizzle around the Joplin area as well, and we've had these little showers trying to flare up. They're now to western Labette County. We've got this one here just east to the northeast of Erie, another one south of Iola, and we've got this activity up into the northern portions of our area. Not doing too much out there, but progressively we'll see some of it fill in just a little, not quite like what we saw yesterday or last night with this kind of a rain shield across parts of southeast Kansas early this morning, but we will get some additional isolated to scattered storms. Better chances south of 54. We could still get some up north of 54, but better chances, as you see on the future track, down to the south. Now, through the morning and into the early afternoon, as you can see, they're isolated to widely scattered. Somewhat more scattered, though, as we head later into the afternoon and early evening, and by about 7, the last of those rain showers really should be out of our area. We're at 71 in Joplin right now, 72 in Pittsburgh, and across the area, take a look at these temperatures, man. They are so nice. Low mid 70s instead of mid upper 70s or near 80, because Chanute yesterday started the day at 80 degrees. So much better for our temperatures this morning. We're going to make the mid 70s by 9, upper 70s by noon, low to mid 80s for our highs. And again, the scattered storm chances slowly falling off as we head into the afternoon and evening. Northeast winds 5 to 10. We'll talk more about our rain chances, how the weekend is shaping up, and when the summer heat is expected to return here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. Of course, free of charge, available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. 2 Houston brothers transformed their neighborhood one lawn at a time. Time now, 7:38. We'll be right back. In Consumer Watch, the Federal Reserve announced yesterday that it will not lower interest rates, and while that means it will remain more expensive to borrow money, there is one positive. When interest rates are high, many banks will offer higher annual percentage yields on savings accounts. Jen Sullivan explains how you can grow your savings faster right now.
Wednesday, the Federal Reserve announced they're keeping interest rates between 4.25 and 4.5%.
Recent indicators suggest that growth of economic activity has moderated.
This means it will continue to cost consumers more to borrow money for things like a mortgage, car payments, even credit card debt. But there is some good news. When interest rates are high, many banks will offer higher annual percentage yields on savings accounts, which means you can grow your money faster.
It's not a bad time to be putting your money towards investments to let it grow.
Bankrate financial analyst Stephen Cates says now is a good time to look into high-yield savings accounts and certificate of deposit accounts known as CDs. Basic savings accounts have an average annual percentage yield of 0.56%, but a high-yield savings account can pay upwards of 4% annually. The higher the rate, the more interest you'll earn on your savings. This Bankrate graph shows how much a top-yield savings account outpaces the average savings rate. So let's crunch the numbers into this Bankrate calculator. If you move $5,000 into a high-yield savings account and contribute $200 a month over a 5-year period with an annual percentage yield of 4.25%, in 5 years, you'll have made nearly $2,500 in interest.
You're getting a really healthy yield compared to where we were over the last, 15 years.
Beware that the bank can change the percent of interest you earn. In a CD, the rate is typically fixed for a specific period of time. In both types of accounts, there may be restrictions on how much and when you can withdraw those funds. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:44 coming up on 7:45 now. On this Thursday morning, Skywatch Storm Tracker again, some moderate showers down south of I-44 at this point, and even some light drizzle maybe in Joplin. Looking at our cameras there, don't really see any rain falling, but you can see some showing up. We've got these scattered showers across parts of southeast Kansas. Really, it's about it for the time being. And in fact, between now and early afternoon, what we do see is going to be isolated to widely scattered at best, but we could get some new development as we head into the afternoon, mainly south of the 54 corridor, where we could get some additional scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon and early evening hours. So by 5, you can see it's a confined corridor here of where we could get some additional rain, but that's really about it. Once we clear out, it'd be about 7. We'll just have mostly cloudy skies. That continues overnight, and future track is again picking up on a couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder south of I-44. I think the overall chance is pretty low, but Future Track thinks that maybe it's a possibility as we head toward the early morning hours on Friday. Other than that, we start to clear out by Friday afternoon. So now we're partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are pleasant, and it's going to continue to be that way into Saturday before we start warming up a bit on Sunday. Here's a live look from 7th and Rangeline. Look at all those clouds, and look at all those cars stopped at the red lights. There we go. Okay, I was like, maybe it's stuck. It's not stuck, but it is mostly cloudy. We'll spend most of the day mostly cloudy, but look at these temperatures. Again, it was low 80s to start yesterday, low 90s by 11. We're just casually climbing into the upper 70s with some isolated to scattered thunderstorms. Those will continue again into the afternoon. Our highs today, low to mid 80s with a northeast breeze at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, if you're north of the 54 corridor, could you still get a shower storm today? You sure could. It's just not as likely. But because of that, while you'll still be mostly cloudy, you might get a little more sunshine that works in, so you might be a little closer, like 85, 86 degrees, but still below normal. And for most of us, our highs today almost 20 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday. And that's not even taking into account the heat index value from yesterday, which I am happy to say we don't have to worry about for a few days. All right, back down to the mid 70s, mostly cloudy through the evening and overnight. And again, that temperature is going to feel just downright chilly by tomorrow morning. Mid 60s, northeast winds gusting to 20, so a bit breezy overnight. Could be a bit breezy again on our Friday. Low to mid 80s, Friday, Saturday, partly cloudy. Beautiful weather out there. Love it. Fantastic. Sunday, yeah, it's 90, but it's seasonably hot. That just means that's about where we should be for our average high. So at least it's not well above and it's not 100. Then we get some isolated scattered storms Sunday into Monday. They'll wrap up by, say, late Monday morning, early afternoon. And because we'll stay mostly cloudy for a good portion of the day Monday, our temperatures drop again back a little below normal. And then that's it, unfortunately. Take a look at what happens for the rest of the week. See, even the heat's messing me up. But not even hot today, and it's already messing me up. We're going to cruise back into the upper 90s as we head into the second half of next week, which also means we could start seeing heat index values again in that dangerous range up to 110. So something we certainly want to keep an eye on. That's a check of your forecast. We've got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Meet the Herrera brothers, who spend their evenings cutting grass for free.
The Houston teens help neighbors who can't maintain their yards. Aneli Ruiz has the story.
In Denver Harbor, the sound of lawnmowers means something more. Two young brothers on a mission. 14-year-old Raymond and 13-year-old Julio Herrera. They're not just cutting grass, they're planting seeds of change. The boys signed up for the 50-Yard Challenge, a national program by the nonprofit Raising Men and Women Lawn Care Service. The goal? Help those who can't do it themselves 1 yard at a time.
It gives them something to do. It gives them a purpose. They're helping people that, really can't afford it themselves.
Every evening after their dad gets off of work, they load up the family truck and get to work.
Elderly, single parents, disabled.
And today was Refugio Zapata, the third's turn.
Feels good, yeah. I'm real thankful.
Over the weekend, it was his neighbor's turn.
Les agradecimos mucho.
Pedro said it's a blessing. This 88-year-old man says he doesn't always feel good to cut his yard. The goal is for them to cut 50 yards in their neighborhood. And once they do that, the program will give them their own lawn equipment for free.
We're gonna start our own business and cut yards for people.
As the boys put in the work, their father is quietly planting lessons of his own.
I never had a father like that. So just to be there in these moments and watching them learn and take pride in what they do.
He wants them to grow up with values he had to learn the hard way.
Have responsibility and grow up to be a good man. Men that always want to give back.
And even with the blazing heat and the hard work that comes with it, these brothers are learning that kindness cuts through every challenge.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good.
It's a very incredible story down there. A lot of heat to have to mow through as well in Houston.
Can't even imagine.
So, man,
wow.
Certainly great to see them helping out. We're going to take one more quick look at Skywatch Storm Tracker, just a kind of reminder of where we've got some isolated to widely scattered showers out there. Not much going on now, but as we head into the afternoon, we could start to see a few additional scattered storms, again, mainly south of 54. These will be isolated to widely scattered. Not everyone will get rain this afternoon, but we'll have that continue through about 6, 7 o'clock. Then we clear out, and our weekend looks fantastic. We've got temperatures today. They're going to be great. Slowly just cruising into the upper 70s by 11 o'clock with those isolated to scattered storm chances. We're going to another look at your forecast and your wake up recap right after this.
This is your wake up recap for July 31st. The top stories to start your day. The intense manhunt in Northwest Arkansas is over with the arrest of 28-year-old James Andrew McGann for a double homicide at Devil's Den State Park. McGann, charged with 2 counts of capital murder, was apprehended in Springdale while getting a haircut. Investigators are still determining motives. The victims, Clinton and Kristen Brink, were killed protecting their daughters, who are now safe with family. Christopher Dunn of Webb City faces multiple charges after a standoff in Joplin on Tuesday. Dunn barricaded himself in his Hill Street home, prompting a SWAT response. He surrendered after gas deployment. Dunn is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm, and new charges for resisting arrest are pending. Toria Harbin, a passenger, also faces charges for possessing a stolen firearm linked to an April burglary. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And again, we'll have some isolated to scattered storms, mainly south of 54 into the afternoon and early evening. Highs today, almost 20 degrees cooler than yesterday, low to mid 80s. As we head into the evening, after about 7, rain should wrap up. Mostly cloudy, breezy overnight, mid 60s. Northeast winds gusting to 20. Pretty decent though still. Friday, Saturday, low to mid 80s. Seasonably hot Sunday. Thunderstorms, isolated storms. Sunday into Monday, a little cooler again on Monday, not by much. And then by the second half of next week, boy, that summer heat does look to return as we go back into the upper 90s. And we could be looking at some dangerous heat with heat index values next week, possibly pushing back up to 110 again. So enjoy this while it lasts, because it won't last very long.
All right. Well, Angels Cafe returned to the Crawford County Fair, serving up breakfast to support those going through cancer treatment.
Event raises money for Kansas Angels Among Us, a nonprofit that's been helping patients for 25 years. Certainly an impressive fundraiser.
Yes,
great to
absolutely.
have. You got to have support out there, and it's great that we have so many local organizations that provide support, not just for cancer patients, but for people in all sorts of situations.
And it's a great weekend to head out to the fair or head out outside at all.
Certainly so. If you got something outside you want to do, maybe not today with the rain chances, but tomorrow, Saturday, or maybe you just want to go outside and enjoy the weather. Certainly a great opportunity to do that. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this morning. We'll be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.